Hi there, Sage from Keeper. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do a continuation of the expense inconsistency, so let's get started. Make sure to like this video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all future videos. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section below or send us a message by clicking on the purple widget in the bottom right corner. Make sure to also check out the description of this video because we're going to include some links for you to review. Let's dive in. So the very first thing we're going to do is navigate to the client's close page by clicking on them and then scrolling all the way down to the transaction review section where we can find the expense inconsistency report. So let's open up the expense inconsistency report. And so far, we focused on transactions that are coded to the same vendor but different accounts. Now, this is where the reports are looking at the transactions matching vendors but inconsistent coding. So we're looking at the vendors and matching it with how it's been coded. Now, the report also has a second method of finding those discrepancies. It's also going to look at the transactions with matching descriptions that are assigned to different vendors. So the descriptions to different vendors. So we're going to take a look at a specific expense. We're going to scroll down and see if there's one that stands out to us. And I want to take a deeper dive into People's Gas. So we're going to click on the drop-down arrow to the left of the expense to learn more. We can see here that the top line transaction on April 12th is coded to utilities and gas, but in the historicals, we have a few transactions highlighted in yellow that are coded differently, for example, to travel. And we can also see the percentage breakdown right here. We also notice that there are a few transactions that have different vendors altogether. So if we scroll down, we can see that some of these are listed as People's Gas, while as these two are gas station. Now, these were surfaced because they match the description as the other transactions, but they have a different vendor. So by default, we have the report set to filter for all, meaning it shows both discrepancies in the vendor and payee column and the split column, which you can see right here on the very top of the report. But if you prefer, you can always review these separately by toggling between matching on payees or matching on descriptions in the top right corner of this report. Now, a couple pro tips for you. Right next to the buttons, you're going to see that there's some other features that allow for you to customize the way that the report is run, specifically the edit excluded list, which we can see right here. Now, the edit excluded list is going to allow you to exclude certain transactions that are clogging up the report that you don't need to review. So a key example would be any transactions that are related to payroll, because there are always going to be many payees to those transactions. So anything you add to the excluded list will be applied not just for this month, but every month moving forward. So when you click on it, you have the option to specify any type of expense that you want to exclude from the account all the way down to the vendor, as well as these options in between. The next tip is that you also have a settings wheel within the report. So if you or your client have coded things very differently last year and it's not really relevant to how you code things this year, then you can tell the report to ignore last year and only compare current transactions to year-to-date or fiscal year-to-date data in the ledger. And you can find that settings wheel right here. And you have the options to toggle from all year-to-date or fiscal year-to-date. Now, this can help you really cut down on the number of transactions you need to review. And currently, we have some Facebook transactions that are flagged in this report, which we can see right here. Now, I know last year that we coded Facebook differently, but I'd rather disregard 2023. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my settings and I'm going to select year-to-date. Now that I've done that, I'm going to rerun this report. I'm going to take a look at that expense, and I'm going to notice that the furthest back it goes is this year, and it's not showing me anything in 2023. That's where we're going to call it for today. Appreciate you all making it to the end of this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, or feel free to send us a message by clicking on the purple widget. Make sure to check out the description of this video. We're going to have some links that'll help you understand this concept even further. And we can't wait to see you next time where we start to dive into the client portal and how to flag questions that are uncategorized clients. See you there.